Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about an advanced strategy that you can use in markets that are a little overheated and prices are rising quite quickly, but rents aren't necessarily totally keeping up with the growth of the market. This strategy is called Furnished Rentals. It's the act of putting furniture into your rental units and increasing the rent that you're asking because now you're offering more than just the base of the unit. But to do this, I think we can switch it up a little bit. Instead of doing it here in the office, let's go on location and take a look at an actual live furnished rental. But before we do that, go down, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss awesome videos like this in the future. All right, let's go take a look. All right, here we are. So first of all, what is a furnished rental? Well, as you can see with this place, it's a rental that comes fully furnished. I mean, you can see behind me, there's couch, coffee table, there's an area rug, paintings, things like that. So it's actually the act of taking furniture, putting it into your rental space. Why is this an advantage to do this in certain markets, and what kind of returns can it help you get is the main question that people ask. And the other key one is, what type of tenants do you attract when you have a furnished rental? Now, all are great questions and we're gonna dive into them. So first question is, what type of returns can you get on a furnished rental, or why do a furnished rental? Now, the reason for a furnished rental would be if you're in a market, say like the lower mainland where I operate, where the values of properties are going up drastically, and especially on new properties like this. Now, this is a brand new property. It's just been built. It's never actually been occupied yet. And a lot of people like these ones, especially for rentals, because it's going to attract a different type of tenant. It's new, it looks nice, every furnishing is quite well done. However, the price on this property compared to market rents don't make sense. You're not actually going to cash flow. In fact, in property like this, you're likely going to have negative cash flow. So why does an investor like to furnish them? Well, it gives you a premium rent. On average, we find an average boost of about $400 to $500 per unit that you can increase your rent once you've furnished it. So a property in this area, you might get around $1,000 to maybe $1,100. We're currently asking $1,450 for this one bedroom unit in the Langley area. So that's one reason why you'd want to furnish the unit, is so you can increase the amount of rent you can ask to actually put this property into a cash flowing zone. So how does having a furnished rental versus an unfurnished rental help your returns? Well, that's a great question that really comes down to, once again, are you cash flowing? Now, I mentioned in a previous video that you can check out just over here, the different types of returns that investors look to get. The first one being cash on cash return. So that is the act of how much cash flow am I getting divided by how much money I actually put into this property. If you have a negative cash flow, it's going to give you a negative return. So by furnishing it, you're going to get into that cash flow positive, giving you an increase on your cash on cash return. Now, buying in a strong market such as Langley here, they're still going to get equity because tenants are still paying down that mortgage, and you're still going to get market appreciation. In fact, in a building like this, there's been significant appreciation just because the market's moving quite quickly and it's in high demand. So now the last question is, who actually rents furnished rentals? Now that's the big key question that a lot of people have, because people would say, well, why would someone rent something with furniture when they could just rent it normally for a lower amount? Here's the thing, there's a lot of people that are on contract, there's a lot of people that maybe don't even have furniture, there's lots of opportunity to rent properties with furnished rentals, and it's fast becoming a popular option, especially amongst the millennial generation. A lot of the young, early 20s, even into the early 30s now, because they're not leaving the nest as early, they love this option because it means they don't have to go buy furniture. A lot of times when they're moving out for the first time, they're looking for furniture on Craigslist and things like that. They're getting ratty stuff. They're going to move into a nice new unit like this. They like already pre-staged, already matching the flow of the new unit. So millennials is a huge demographic. We've rented to several here. Other ones are possible downsizers. You know, maybe they just want to let everything go. It's easier to rent it with furniture because maybe they've got money from their property and they just want to travel. They don't have to worry about furniture. It's a quick rental. Another big one is different industries actually look for places to put people up. So as an example, we have a very robust film industry. So people coming in and out on contracts, sometimes for months at a time, they like to put people up in furnished rentals. One, it's a little cheaper than hotels, and two, it's a little bit more of a personal touch. You have a full kitchen, you have your own bedroom, it's an actual house that someone can live in for a short period of time. Another one is insurance companies. Insurance companies, sometimes if someone has a fire or they have a flood in their home, they will put someone up in a furnished rental until such a time as their home has been fully remediated. So that makes for a great opportunity too if you can tap into those industries. And insurance companies definitely pay a lot higher rent than most market rent, even with the furnished rental. Now, timeline, let's talk a quick timeline. A lot of these tenants are typically looking for shorter term. However, not all. We've had several applications for full 1-year leases in furnished rentals. Once again, that millennial generation, they want to get out of the house. They don't want to have to spend all the money buying furniture, especially if they're going to rent. They're used to nice things because they've been living with their family. They want nice things. They want furniture to match their nice things. So it's pretty easy to get a year lease, but at the same time, a lot of opportunity is in shorter term leases as well. You know, there's month leases, there's 6-month leases, different things like that. You have to plan for a higher turnover, obviously, and possibly longer vacancy periods, but the shorter the term, maybe you can ask for more rent because it is the inconvenience. You get really creative. I know several investors who actually rent per day with a minimum lease of 30 days, and they're just making a killing out there. Now, they offer a lot bigger service than just furnishing, but there's different ways you can get creative. That's why this is more of an advanced strategy. It's not just buying a house and renting it out. There's actually a little bit of thought that goes into it, staging it and thinking how you're going to offer the rental. But it's a strategy that can definitely help to maximize your cash flow if you take advantage of it properly. So I definitely recommend you guys throw this into your repertoire, start learning a little bit about furnished rentals, and hey, maybe if you've got a less performing asset, think about furnishing it and see if that will actually get you a better cash flow and increase its performance. All right, guys, that is a little bit on what furnished rentals can do for you and your investment strategy, especially to help taking maybe some of your underperforming assets to more performing, or if you're looking to get into new construction similar to what you see here, it's a way that you can maximize the cash flow right from day one. So definitely recommend you look into furnished rentals, do your research, and figure out how you're going to structure it. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, give a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so, go down and hit that subscribe button and throw some comments below. What are some strategies that you'd like me to talk on in future videos to help you with your investing career? And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week.